In a village, there lived a woodcutter by the name of Ramu. Every morning at 5, he used to go to the forest and ruthlessly hit his axe on the innocent trees. Ramu would collect whatever logs he would cut and take it to the nearby city to sell it. One day, Ramu was heading towards the city carrying the logs when he met with Baloo.
Hey brother, you cut down so many trees every day. In this way, the entire forest will become completely barren and there won't be a single tree left. If there are no trees left, that doesn't bother me. I'll make a lot of money by selling these wood blocks.
After saying this, Ramu leaves.
His greed will eventually cost him dearly.
Like every day, Ramu was cutting trees when his axe got stuck in a tree.
Oof, this tree appears to be fairly strong. It won't be cut so easily.
After saying this, Ramu began striking the axe brutally. Even after noticing that blood was dripping from the tree, Ramu continued striking the axe strongly, and eventually a massive tree collapsed to the ground. A magical jinn appeared from the tree.
Hey, who are you? And how did you come out of this tree?
I am Gogo, a magical jinn, and I was imprisoned in this tree for years until you struck the axe to release me today.
But how did you get incarcerated in this tree?
This village formerly had a wizard living there long ago. The wizard Nato intended to abuse his magical abilities to plunder and destroy this hamlet. He used his magical power to imprison me in this tree because I disagreed with his erroneous political views.
A lot of bad things happened to you.
Yes, indeed. But he also blessed me with a boon too. He said that whoever frees me from this imprisonment will become my lifelong slave. Because of this, you are now my slave, and I, Jin Gogo, now your master. If you don't obey me, I will imprison you up in the tree for eternity.
Ramu became terrified upon hearing this. He thought that,
Oh, I made a blunder to come here to cut the tree. Neither I would have cut the tree, nor did this magical jinn come out.
Ramu was pondering then. Jin Gogo's voice came.
Now there is no use in repenting. Now you will do what I want.
What do you want?
Since you humans have tortured us so much, that's why I want for the eradication of all humans from this earth and the establishment of an empire ruled by magical jinns.
Though Ramu did not understand much, since he was the slave of Jin Gogo, he was helpless in front of his wishes. At his order, he took him to the bank of a pond where a locked chest was kept under a scaffold. Seeing the chest, Jin blew a powerful blow. As soon as he blew, a ball of fire came out of his mouth, which broke the lock of the chest. Over time, Ramu began to grow increasingly terrified. When the box was opened, there were numerous glass bottles with lids on them. As soon as some mantras were recited, magical jinns came out of all of them.
What are you all going to do together?
All of us together shall build a wonderful jinn empire. With all of the populace being jinns, you guys won't be remembered anywhere anymore.
Jin Gogo's statement caused all the other jinns to burst out laughing. Ramu was terrified to see this because everything Gogo had said had come to reality. Magical jinns had taken control of the entire hamlet. With their magical strength, jinns were setting the houses on fire everywhere. There was crop destruction. They were causing people to flee in dread. These magical jinns had the entire hamlet under their control in a single day.
Altogether, these jinns will destroy our entire village. I'm really concerned about what will happen to my kids and wife. All of this is a result of Ramu's greed. We spent a lot of time trying to persuade him not to cut down so many trees, but whatever he did, we all are paying the price for his misdeeds.
Ramu was crying a lot as he heard and saw everything.
It was a grave mistake on my part to ignore your advice. But now I have no clue to come out of it.
When a magical jinn noticed Ramu and the other villagers in such distress, he appeared there and said,
If you want, then I can help you and your villagers to get free from the clutch of Gogo.
Everyone was astonished to hear this. Ramu said,
But why would you help us? You are also a jinn.
Just as there are some good and bad people in humans, in the same way there are good and bad jinns also. I am not a bad jinn.
This pleased Ramu and a few others standing beside him. Jinn replied as follows when they asked for the way.
On the bank of the pond, where you found all of us imprisoned inside the bottles and in a chest. From there, at a short distance there is a cave. Once you take Gogo inside that cave, the door of that cave will automatically close and Gogo will be imprisoned inside forever.
All of the villagers and even Ramu could understand everything. But the biggest puzzle was how to get Jinn Gogo to that cave. Ramu recalled that once he noticed that Jinn Gogo was consuming every meal item from a food stall while seated inside.
It appears that food is the main weakness of this Gogo jinn. Let me offer him the food bait to call him up to the cave.
After thinking this, an idea came to Ramu's mind and he discussed it with all the villagers. After the consent of the villagers, Ramu approached to Gogo Jinn and said,
Jinn Gogo, in the way our village has got destroyed, we don't think that we will be able to survive here for a long time. That's why we all have our one last desire.
What desire?
We all the villagers want to hold a magnificent and lavish feast before we pass away, where there will be a plethora of delicious and mouth-watering vegetables and non-veg items.
Gogo lit up as he heard the name of the mouth-watering dishes.
My mouth began to water as soon as I heard it. Go, I approve your request for the lavish feast. And listen, I will undoubtedly attend that feast as well as taste the various foods.
Ramu's scheme succeeded. The women of the village cooked a great deal of food together. And the next day, they kept all of them in the cave, about which the good jinn had told them. Following this, Ramu approached Jinn Gogo and said,
Jinn Gogo, all the preparations for the celebration of the feast have been made. Delicious food is waiting for you. Shall we go?
Good deeds need no permission. Let's go right now.
Saying this, Gogo set out with Ramu. After some time, they approached near the cave where the delicious foods were kept. Standing near the cave, Gogo Jinn said,
The aroma is very nice. It seems that the food has been cooked very delectable.
Naturally, Jinn Gogo, we prepared 110 different types of dishes.
What? 110 types of dishes? I just can't control myself anymore. Let's go inside the cave immediately. I want to eat them right now.
After saying this, Jinn Gogo fastly entered inside the cave. And as soon as he went inside the cave, a bright light flashed and the door of the cave closed. Gogo shouted from the cave,
Here, listen. Open me up. What you have done with me? You people have imprisoned me here. Open me up. Please listen. Open me soon.
You had come here to destroy us. We villagers collectively have imprisoned you forever.
As soon as Jinn Gogo was imprisoned in the cave, all the magical jinns present in the village disappeared. Everyone was pleased to see that the name and the traces of all the jinns had been erased from the village. When Ramu arrived at his village, all the people hugged him.
Brother Ramu, All of this occurred because of your fault, but credit also goes to you for the solution. We all proud of you.
Then suddenly a villager said,
But what happens if another magical jinn appears after cutting off trees?
On hearing this, Ramu got scared.
Oh, no, brother. From today, I will never cut any tree.
All the villagers started laughing while listening to Ramu's words. All is well that ends well.